So, back front on the VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Iron Valiant. Finally got a fairy and fighting type, and it's a very interesting one at that. Very offensive. 130 attack, 120 special attack, can go either, can go mixed. Very strong. 116, unique speed. Unique speeds are always good, and it's pretty fast. It's maybe not quite fast enough because there's a couple of other things that outspeed it, but it's fast and could be what it needs. Like the fact that Roaring Moon outspeeds it, a little bit awkward, but still pretty fast. Outspeeds a lot of things. Very frail. Focus Sash is surely its best item, especially because you want to be close combating things as well and sacrificing your already very mediocre bulk to just have no bulk at all. So Focus Sash is surely the way to go on Iron Valiant if you are going to be running it. You have to choose. Do you go physical? Do you go special? You can go mixed. I would probably lean towards physical, mainly because that's the stronger one, 130, and also you get close combat as your offensive move, and that's the strongest you can do. You can Focus Blast, if you really want to, and if you've got Gravity set up, feel free. But otherwise, close combat's your strongest option, so physical is slightly better. And if you do opt to go for Moonblast over Spirit Break, which you definitely can, then you have to jiggle about with the attack investment and the special attack investment, so you sacrifice some of your offensive power off close combat to try and get that extra damage from what would be Moonblast. And you do need some special attack investment to make Moonblast worth it. So Spirit Break in close combat is probably the easiest way to go. Spirit Break is still going to be able to do reasonable damage, but also supports the team and helps out with the special attack production. Doesn't really help Iron Valiant, because 60 is just terrible, but it's still going to be pretty reasonable coverage as well. So Imprison Trick Room is going to be one of the easiest slap onto a team Iron Valiants, because then you'll just be able to stop Trick Room very nicely indeed, while also being able to set it for yourself if you do need. So this can be put onto a more faster and hard-hitting team. I'm not going to use the words anymore, people overuse it. But yeah, this can fit on that team for sure, and very, very slappable as well. But the thing about Iron Valiant is it has an incredible move pool. I'll just move away from VGC just for a second. This is one of the best draw Pokemon to have ever existed. Back to VGC. So its move pool is going to be very, very nice. There's loads of things to drop. These next three are me saying these are reasonable choices of moves to have on Iron Valiant. This is not a recommended moveset, nor will the next two be. These are moves that can definitely fit onto a Focus Sash Iron Valiant. Obviously, Protect can. If you want Protect, feel free. But these are recommendations beyond Protect. So, like I said, Moonblast can be going for the mixed Iron Valiant. You can just go for purely special if you do run Moonblast and Aura Sphere. Aura Sphere is a bit weak, though. Compared to close combat, you're better off close combating. Even with no attack investment, close combat will do better than fully special attacked Aura Sphere. So maybe a bit awkward if you want to go for that. Knockoff is purely coverage for Golden Goes, because Golden Go walls you if you only have your stabs. So Knockoff would be good at having coverage for that. Shadow Sneak is a good option if you want to activate a weakness policy. That would mainly be what it's there for if you're activating a weakness policy on one of your Pokemon. Feint is a good option to be able to break those protects, be able to blast through the teams like you're supposed to be able to if you are on that kind of team that I mentioned at the beginning that you should be on. Encore is a brilliant move. It's got the speed to back it up for sure, so Encore would be very good on Iron Valiant. Skill Swap would mainly be there if you do manage to get a Mirror Herb somehow onto this Iron Valiant, and then you can copy the Dondozo's stat boosts, Skill Swap it away, take the Unaware, and then you should be able to beat it 1v1. Maybe unlikely, but possible. Swords Dance, you can very much go for that. If you wanted to go for Swords Dance, I would probably go for Spirit Break, Close Combat, Swords Dance, and Protect. You probably don't have space for Swords Dance with another supportive move, but Swords Dance can definitely turn this into an Oko machine for sure. You got these ones as well. Taunt is always a good move. Hypnosis, pair this with the Booster Energy Sandy Shocks for sure. Get those 100% accurate Hypnosis in the Gravity. But you can be that guy if you want to just spam Hypnosis if you want. Icy Wind and Wide Guard is brilliant support as well. Icy Wind getting that speed control, you're fast enough to make use of it. Maybe not as fast as Fluttermane and Iron Bundle, but still fast enough that it is reasonable to go for Icy Winds. And Wide Guard can help support the team as well to block those spread moves. So lots of different things. The move pool is brilliant. Like I said, this is going to be an amazing draft league Pokemon if that ever comes back. But yeah, this has a lot of options to choose from. Focus Sash is surely its best item. Because of that, fighting is the best way to go. Because you want to be going for the strongest attack you can. That's close combat. You don't need a defensive terror on your Iron Valiant if you are going the Focus Sash. But just for completeness, here is a bulky Iron Valiant for some reason, if you do want to go with that. If you are, make use of Trick Room, for sure. So, I have said that Aura Sphere is probably going to be a bit weak, but because you're bulking out your Iron Valiant, you probably don't want to be dropping your defenses with close combat. You definitely can still get away with that, but then you probably have to go quiet instead on the Iron Valiant. And having the speed is still reasonable, because then you can outspeed most things while you're not in Trick Room. So, yeah, just getting the stab coverage, Wide Guard, Trick Room. You can put Knockoff on there if you're really afraid of the Golden Ghost, but then Wide Guard helps with that anyway. But if you are crazy enough to run a bulky Iron Valiant, there you go. I would still probably recommend the Sash instead, but yeah, this is a very, very unique Pokemon, and I think it definitely has its place, but there's a couple of things that just stop it. The speed is good, but it doesn't outspeed Roaring Moon, and obviously there's Flutter Mane and Iron Bundles and all that. So it doesn't outspeed those important ones, and those would have been things that it likes to attack. Like Flutter Mane gets OHKO by, well, I was going to say OHKO by Spirit Ray, probably does, because it's so frail. Iron Bundle gets OHKO by close combat, so would Roaring Moon. So the fact that you're under speed is a little bit awkward. But you have Trick Room, so you're fine. But yeah, Iron Valiant, put a Focus Sash on it, almost certainly, and then just choose one of its many, many moves that it can go for. It's probably the most versatile Pokemon in the format, but then that might hamper it, because what do you choose?